Hi, I'm Allie, and I am a domestic wannabe. And this video, I am doing a whole house reset. And if you love cleaning videos, um, like cleaning motivational videos, I'm glad you are here. I love making these videos. I think they're so much fun. It's a creative outlet for me, and that is why I had begun making them several years ago. If you've been following me for a while, you might know that this is my first video that I am sharing after losing my mom. So if you want to continue watching a cleaning video, I'm going to suggest mute mute this because I'm not at my best right now. So mute this and enjoy a whole house reset. If you have followed me for a while and you're maybe one of the people who sent me kind messages after I shared that I lost my mom and you just kind of want to know an update, stick around. This me talking is probably not going to go in connection with what you're watching, but I tried to make a video of me kind of doing an update and it was just too sad to share. I decided that it's just not me. So this is where I'm at. This is my video back. So again, if you love watching cleaning videos, thank you for being here. Go ahead and mute this. If you want kind of an update of where I'm at, stick around. So March 3rd, I got a call from my brother around 3 in the morning that my mom had passed away. We weren't expecting it, and she was my best friend. She was the person I talked to every single day. Just I'd get in the car, and even just out of habit, I would call her just to talk. And one of the hardest things for me, and one of the first things I said to my brother was, Spencer, no, I didn't talk to her yesterday. See, on Friday night, I was talking to her, and it sounded like she had gotten a cold like just out of nowhere. She had been fine, and then I talked to her, and it was like she had this cold, and I could tell it wasn't a good cold. And I had said, okay, well, go in tomorrow, and tomorrow you call me. This is something we would say when we were sick. So she would do this to me. She'd be like, you call me so I don't wake you up. You need to rest your body. You need to rest. You call me. I won't call you. And that's what I said to her on Friday. And on Saturday, we went about our day. I took my son to the park. I got home and I was so tired. I took a shower. I laid on the couch and I played on my phone, and I thought, oh, I should call mom. And then I was like, oh, no, she's not feeling good. I told her I would let her call me, and I didn't call her. That sucks. It sucks. The thought of maybe I would have heard, maybe I would have heard that she wasn't feeling good. Maybe I would have realized. I spent the next several weeks at my dad's house. My husband and my kiddo, they went back and forth for school. My husband did so much in that time. And I stayed at my dad's until after the funeral. And then I go back. I went quite often, and now I'm going back because we're working on, believe it or not, I was in Tupperware because of my mom, who was in Tupperware for over 40 years. So if you think that my garage videos have been telling, I'm now working on even more Tupperware to sell, which I had planned on helping her with. We had talked about starting to set stuff up in the next few weeks here. I had it in my calendar for the 21st. And today's the 19th. But I've been over there working on getting a sale set up because it's pretty overwhelming. You can see where she was a little overwhelmed with it as well. And I wish I had helped her sooner. with it. I realize you do a lot of wishing when you lose somebody unexpectedly. You wish you could say goodbye, give them one last hug. But, well, there's a few things I've learned. One, I have learned I thought I understood loss. I thought I got it. And I don't. I never did. I did not realize how painful this loss truly is. And I hate that now I know that pain. I hate it. And I hate that I didn't truly understand how to support the people I love who have gone through this as well. I have made a vow that now that I get it, I will be way more helpful to the people I care about when they go through something like this. Because that's the sucky part, is we are all likely to go through something like this. And that's, anyway, I'm having a hard time. And there's some days that are good. And there are some days that are super hard. Super hard. And I tend to have one good day and then several bad days and then another good day. And I'm just embracing that. And I'm just trying to get through the days as they come. And I have received so many people just sending me kind messages and kind letters and emails and calls and texts and cards, and people are so caring. And I don't ask for help very well. So it's another reason I've said I'm making a vow that I will be of help to people that go through this when I am needed. People have been amazing. I knew people loved my mom. But my God, people adored my mom. She was really amazing. And if she would have ever let me put her in my videos, I would have, and you guys would have loved her. One of the ways I described her to a friend of mine when my friend didn't know my mom, but she had called to check on me, and it just kind of popped out of my mouth. I said, people like me, but people love my mom. People fell in love with her instantly because she was so kind. She was so loving. I wanted to share a few things. If anything, just to remind myself of everything that has happened. And I'll probably talk about this a few times because it's pretty amazing. So, when my mom believed so much in angels, she loved angels. She loved them. And she always talked about she had an angel in every room of the house. And she talked about it for years. I knew about it and all that. And everything happened. And the day I was talking, so a few days after, I feel like it was like Monday, I was talking to our pastor to set up an appointment to make arrangements. And as he started to pray with me on the phone, I looked at a shelf that I had looked at 100 times because we were looking for important paperwork, things like that. And I was in her office. And all of a sudden I just looked, and there was this angel right on the shelf that, of all the times I've looked on the shelf, I haven't noticed that this angel was right there, a little angel figurine. And my cousins were over at the time, so I grabbed the angel when I finished the conversation with our pastor, and I went downstairs and I said, "Look what I found, you guys. I found one of Mom's angels. She always had one in every single room, and this is I didn't even notice, and I explained, and my cousin, she said, yeah, I know your mom always said that. I remember her telling us that. And my dad was like, what? What? I didn't know that. And I was like, yeah, she said there's one in every room. And so now we started this conversation of like, are they right out in the open? And I was like, this was right on the shelf. Are they hidden? I was like, I don't know where they are. I just know she always said she made a point of making sure an angel was in every room. And so we kind of talked about it. And the first one, I asked my brother and my dad if they minded if I kept it. So it's on my desk right now. And um, so I have to replace it in that room. Don't worry, Mom, I will. Anyway, after the next day, I was going to use I was going through the kitchen, and my brother and my husband, or not my brother, my husband and my dad were talking. And I was going up to take a shower, and they were talking about the angels. And I looked over at them, and I said, yeah, she said there was one in every room. And I turned my head just like to turn around the stairs, and up on top of this shelf in the, like, I can't even reach it to look at this. I have yet to be able to actually take this angel down because I'm short and it's too high up. And it's in the back of this shelf. You could just see its head and like two little wings. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's one right there. And they were like, you're kidding. So they looked at it, and I was like, oh, she said there was one in every room. And so this one was kind of hidden. You have to see the top of it and realize it's an angel to even know it's an angel there. So I went up to the bathroom, and then I was in the bathroom and was like, this is where she kept Hummel figurines. I bet. So I went and looked, and sure enough, in the bathroom, there's 2 Hummel angel figurines right there. And I was like, oh man. So I told everyone about that, and I was like, okay. So and that was right before the angels appeared, right before we were, one, when I was setting up the appointment to plan her celebration of life. And the second was as I was getting showered to go to plan her celebration of life. And later that day, was it later that day? I think it was that day or the next day. My niece and my dad, we were looking in like a shadow box because we're kind of on a mission to find angels, all of us. Oh, and right after that, I found them in a guest room too. She was doing some redecorating. She was going to get the room painted. So she had all these things off the walls. And in that room, there was 3. But I only found 2 that time when I was looking. So there was 2 that I found. So we were up to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're kind of all like, okay, where are they? And everyone's just got their eye out for these angels. And we were looking in, like, she had shadow boxes or old printer's boxes. If you're not familiar, you should look it up. That she'd put these little knickknacks in. And I'm sure I'll get a picture of it because this is just really cool. And there was one that my niece looked at, I looked at, and my dad looked at. And all of us said, no, I checked that one. There's not an angel. There are no angels there. And when I had to finish writing her obituary, I needed to take a little break. And I walked away from the computer, and I was standing in the kitchen and just glanced over at this shadow box. And sure enough, all 3 of us said, I've looked, there is not an angel. And I looked up, and sure enough, right there was an angel. So these angels kept popping up that first week when I needed them. It's like she was hiding them on me until I had a moment I needed her. I needed her help to get through what I had to do next. We are up to, I think it's 14 angels And we've found them in books about angels. We've found, oh, that's the other thing. So when I say that, it's whenever I've needed her to finish something. So it was writing the obituary, and then when I went to write, my brother and I wrote a remembrance for her. And when I was writing and doing the final edits, and I was finishing up what I wanted to say, I took a break and I said, Mom, I could really use an angel right now. And I went upstairs because I took a break and was trying on dresses that I ordered on Amazon, which honestly made me look like I was Amish. They were not good dresses. And they were dresses for the celebration of life, not just because I'm trying on dresses, but I went upstairs to look in a mirror that is I could see more of what the dress looked like. And I was up there and I was like, oh, and I went through her nightstand drawer, which I had already looked through. And I just moved a few things, and there was a book, or I had asked for an angel, but instead I found a book that was titled To My Daughter with Love. And on top of it was a picture of her and my brother. And I just opened it up and I read the most beautiful poem. And I knew I didn't get an angel right then. I knew this was a different kind of message to get me through writing her remembrance. And the book was to my daughter, but the photo was her and my brother when he was a baby. So I knew it was for both of us because we were writing it together. I just keep praying every day for more angels, and I've found 2 in my own home. One I knew she gave me, and I know exactly where it is. And one, I don't know if she gave it to me or where I got it, but it's a little angel pendant, and I actually filmed it and happened to be trying to fill out paperwork for my dad about my mom's death. I was looking for a letter opener and I moved a few things and I found a little angel medallion. That was in my drawer. It was just right there. So I keep finding angels in my house. We haven't found any in my dad's house in a while, but we still have a lot of rooms to clean up, and we're finding Tupperware and stuff. So I know they're there. We just haven't seen them. So I know she's with me. But this is hard. And I wanted to share the miracle part of all this suck. Because it's all I'm leaning into. The angels. The kindness of her friends and my family's friends. I'm going to try to get back to creating content because it's what I enjoy. And I'm going to be sad no matter what. I might as well try and find some joy. So, if you stuck with me this long, thank you. If you muted it, thank you so much for watching. I understand if you muted it and just watched the video. I don't blame you. My videos won't continue to be like this, I promise. But I needed to share I can't pretend this isn't happening. I can't pretend I haven't lost one of the most important people to me. That a piece of me is not missing. But I do know I have to continue going forward. Even though it's super hard. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening if you did not mute this. And I will be back with more content, and I'm doing my best, and that's all I can expect of myself. But I wanted to thank so many of you for your kindness, for checking in on me. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you.